a series of enhanced views of the site, providing rescue workers with maps that showed where the debris still burned.
It was an automated program similar to your computer-aided design software. It could then superimpose some of the infrared temperature readings that were being taken by remote sensor devices and other means, and display it in different ways.
Even more sophisticated was a process called light detection and ranging, or LiDAR. By early afternoon on September 15th, this Piper Navajo Chieftain aircraft, equipped with lasers, gathered data from a vantage point 5,000 feet above the disaster site. Then the New York Office for Technology, the agency overseeing the operation, called in an expert to turn the raw data into useful maps.
We got a call saying, "You're the only operational environment in town. Get your staff together and start making maps."
For more than 7 years, Dr. Sean Ahern has been mapping every square inch of New York City from the sky. Suddenly, his work was a matter of life and death, because rescue workers could use his maps to safely find their way around Ground Zero.
We mobilized instantly. We worked all night. The next morning, we literally took 3 of our computers with the New York City database on board, loaded them into a police cruiser, went down and set up what would be the seed for a very significant mapping operation, which would grow to some 30 computers. It's a really professional mapping operation.
To generate a LiDAR map, an aircraft equipped with lasers flies over the site. The laser fires at the ground surface. The data collected will allow scientists to calculate the distance from the plane to the particular topographic feature being measured. Millions of these points are plotted on a computer and joined to form a visual representation of the surface, accurate to within 6 inches in height.
It became a particularly important tool because at the wavelength that the laser fires, the smoke is transparent. So this was the first unimpeded view of the entire site. I still remember vividly, we printed one of these maps out. It was about 40 by 50 inches. I brought it into the command center. I had a group of firemen around me, and I rolled it out on the floor. Pretty soon, it didn't take long. They were able to interpret this image and relate it to their on-the-ground experience.
For the first time, the actual scope of the disaster was visible, and firefighters could better orient themselves.
The north tower is right here. You see, you just have that shell of the facade there. And here's the south tower is right here. And there's the center where the south tower stood. And the Marriott, all that's left of the Marriott is this little pile right in the back here.
And finally, Ahern's team was able to calculate the extent of the damage at the site. They estimated there would be more than 1 million tons of debris to be removed. They would later learn that their estimate would be far too low.